Okay. Right. I'm just going to lock the frame down there. So we're going to start off with converting decimal to fraction rather than the other way around. So let's say a fraction like 0.25. One of you might know, or possibly both of you might know how to turn that into a fraction already. Does anybody know what fraction that is? What does that mean? No, and I mean, so okay, so basically, let's write some fractions here. We've got 1/3, we've got 1/2, we've got 1/4, we've got 3/4. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to what's the word? I'm going to write some decimals, and then I want you to match them up. So I'll just group that and put that there. And I'm going to start writing them, and I want you to join them up to the right fraction. Okay? Use a line to draw it up, to join it up. And I'm going to draw another one. In fact, if James, you want to use red, no, sorry, John, if you want to use red, and James, if you want to use blue. Okay. So John thinks 0.333 is 1/3. Blue, oh, sorry, no. Yeah, that's right, sorry. James, it's because you both begin with J, and I'm looking at the initials. So that's okay. All right, so James is saying that 0.333 is a third, 0.5 is half, 0.25 is a quarter, and 0.75 is 3/4. Correct. Well, now that's fair enough, and you might have known that because you just knew it. Like a lot of people just know what they are. Right, exactly. Yeah. So you can sort of do that. Now, what about if I did something like 0.162? What would that be as a fraction? Or shall we do it a bit easier? Let's do it slightly easier. Let's do it slightly easier then. Let's just say 0.16. No. Let's say 0.1. So it's not 1/100th. I want you to think about in terms of how many times would I have to multiply this to turn it into 1? 0.1 times 10 is 1. So 0.1 is 1/10. 0.01 is 1/100th. Yeah. And so on. I could do 0.001 would be 1,000th. So if I did 0.15, that's actually equal to 15 hundredths. Because can you sort of see that? Yeah. So now the thing is, that's not simplified, is it? Because both 15 and 100 are in the 5 times table. So 15 divided by 5 would be 3. And 100 divided by 5 is 20. So we've just turned 0.15 into a fraction, and it's simplified. Now, the one I started off with, the second most difficult one was 0.16, so you could probably do that one for me now, couldn't you? Why don't you tell me what that one is? Good. And that's not simplified, is it? So what would that be? So what times table are they both in? What can you divide them both by? Divide them both by 2? You can divide them both by 2. Is that the largest number you can divide them by? Well, if we're not sure, we can always start off by dividing them by 2 and then see if we can divide it again. Oh, you can divide it by 4. Let's start off with that then. So by dividing it by 4, in both cases, you've got 16 divided by 4 is 4, and 100 divided by 4 is 25. So that's correct. Yeah, good. Now let's then the harder one. So what would that one be? I'm going to just finish this one off before we run out of time, actually. So it's you're going to use a similar sort of idea. Before what we did, I'm not sure if you noticed, but these two behind the decimal place are 2 digits, and so I put 2 zeros there. We've got 3 digits now, so we're going to use 3 digits. Don't worry, I'll just let me just rewrite that one. So 3 digits, sorry, 3 zeros, and so it's going to be 162 over 1,000. Now I try to say, yeah, so now I try to simplify. Now, to be honest with you, I'm just going to use a calculator to simplify this one because it's just I mean, clearly I can divide it by 2. I might be able to divide it by something else. So 81, maybe I can't. 81 divided by, so 500. Now, I'm just going to cheat at this point completely and just type 81 divided by 500 and see if that is the simplest you can make it. So, so that's how to do decimals as fractions. Let me just save that.